welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we're taking a look at a new game from DVG, Dan Versing Games. And this is part of his Down in Flames series, and this one's called Locked On. You can see it's a modern air combat card game. So this is primarily a card-based game. Down in Flames, pretty famous series. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. The series is a very fun card-playing game. The games are quick and short, and they're easy to learn, but can be very tactical. You can get into some layers of thinking while still keeping it to a 15-20 minute game, which is really exciting. Now, this, as you can tell, Jet Fighters, this is a new modern game. I've not played a modern Down in Flames game. A lot of them are kind of World War II style, Luftwaffe, RAF, or in the Pacific. You've got Japanese versus kind of American carrier air war as well. So modern combat, pretty excited for that, to see how that changes the game and what we can expect from this. So this is a nice 2-inch box. I've played some DVG games, all the Leader series and the Field Commander series. Those are all huge boxes, so it's nice to have in a small game. On the back here you got some examples of the card art and how this is going to play out, and we'll kind of show you this in a little bit. Includes Solitaire Rules. That's exciting. I don't know if I've seen any good Solitaire for the Down in Flames series, so hopefully we'll test that out, see what that looks like. Looks like players 1 to 6. You each have like an individual aircraft, sometimes a wingman as well. 30 minutes to play, low to moderate complexity. 30 minutes to play, it can get that way if you bluff a lot and things like that, but typically the games are much quicker than that. So let's take a little look inside the game. Alright, so we got full gloss rulebook here, which is nice. And DVG do a good job with their rulebooks. Typically they're short enough where it's not daunting, but also lots and lots of diagrams, explanations. Everything is illustrated, which I'm a huge fan of. Sometimes the wording can be a little bit confusing at times, but when there's pictures there, it's usually very, very clear. I very rarely have a hard time with rulebooks from DVG, and that's a credit to them for making these games accessible. Now, I already know this system, so this should be very easy for me to pick up. And you know, if this is your first Down in Flames game, that's not by any means, a 20-page rulebook at best. And you saw how much of that was pictures, so very, very accessible game. That's going to be a good one for the books there. We also have here, these are the Solitaire Rules. Great. So this is, well, let's say 8 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The best 6 pages of rules for the solo. Looks like player turns, solitaire turns, kind of go through a bit of what to do and how to do it. That should be nice and easy to pick up on top of the normal rules, so excited for that. And here we have, these are the kind of your airplane placement mats. We'll go over that if you kind of looked here. You'll place your card in this on this kind of placemat, and if you look here, this is where you're going to load up your missile packages. You've got various tones for incoming, altitude marker, range marker as well, and then some different details here about speed, thrust, all that kind of stuff, which you kind of get through as you manage very much the tactical aspect of trying to fly a plane. So that's what these are here. I believe these are all the same, it looks like. Yep, these are just generic because the card that you put on the plane you fly is going to be what alters a lot of this and how everything goes together. So those are nice. I've not seen those. I played Wild Blue Yonder from GMT. Didn't have anything like that. Everything was kind of on the card, I believe. See, now I'm second guessing myself. And there was little tokens that you had for everything else. So that's nice, like little play mats. So here we've got 1, 2, 3 counter sheets. And you can see these are not very densely packed counter sheets. All of these are kind of rounded and die cut. So you got a few markers down here. And again, those are going to correspond to your CM tone missiles here that go up here. You've got AB off, and those have an on the back for your heat seekers. And then you've got your CM markers as well. And all of these are going to be used on the map. And these are those missile loadouts. So I presume either you get to choose these and they have a points value. That's probably what that is. You can load out with however much you want, and then enemies going to get an equal amount of points for competitive play. So you've got a good, what is the equivalent of about 2 full sheets of different missile loadouts. That's cool. And then you have a lot of these different markers here. These are going to be nice and helpful. Tells you a lot of different special abilities you might have on your things, different statuses, things like that. So you actually have the description on here briefly so that you know what's what. And then looks like some modifiers and bonuses on the back. I'm not sure what that is. That might be points. Again, for the points-based system, it might cost you 10 points for this guy, which would be in my sights. Who knows? I don't know exactly how that part of that works, but got 3 nice sheets of counters there, and everything else in here. Okay, we've got a bunch of cards down there. So these are the Solitaire charts. So the Solitaire system, there was that small rulebook. Now we've got a whole bunch of charts, single-sided, so we're going to put this out. Charts to roll on. What I like about this is, I don't know if you can see this, there's like watermark detail of the jet fighters from the different kind of angles, which, I don't know, technical spec readouts like that, I think they just look cool. You kind of see in the background there, underneath all the text. Just gives a little bit of flavor instead of having just a bland chart. Okay, so we have here, these are the campaigns. Good, this is what I was hoping was in here. Nice. So here we got campaigns. And so this is going to tell you what's what and where, and you'll kind of fly these different missions, and it tells you here's what's here. You've got a couple of MiGs, you've got some anti-aircraft, and then if they have modified those kind of special chits and cards on there, that's what's there. I believe, I want to say, let's just check. Solitaire. I wonder. Well, hopefully these can be played through Solitaire. So you get the cool map in the background. Here's something that's less than ideal. I don't know if we can pick this up here. Just the background here is clearly blown up and it's quite pixelated at times. Just not the highest print quality down the back, but that's me being very nitpicky. So we had, alright, let's just go through what we had here. So we have 1973 Yom Kippur. We have Desert Storm 1991. We have the Falklands in 82. One that I will, being incredibly biased, be excited about and playing that probably very soon. We've got Rolling Thunder 1968. It's got Vietnam. And then we have India-Pakistan 1965. And looks like last but not least, we have Korean War, 1953. So it looks like here we've got some old Corsairs and some propeller-based aircraft there as well. So that'll be an interesting one. Start off kind of very weak there. I suppose if we were doing these in historical order, this is kind of the one we'd start with. Let's kind of take a look. The rest of this in here is cards, because this is primarily a card-based game. It's just an insert in there. So we have 4 decks of cards, and the cards are broken up into kind of 2 main sections. And let's see if we can crack these open and take a little look. So here we have, these are aircraft cards. And if you've ever played like Phantom Leader and those kind of things, these are a similar style. They're not cross-compatible in any way, but it's the picture of the plane, got a nice blue sky, and you have kind of your HUD with the cockpit display with kind of all the different numbers that you need. So we have Harriers, and they have kind of the identifier in here. These are British Forces for 79. You're going to be using these Sea Harriers in the Falklands campaign, obviously. So you got a lot of these, and these are all single-sided because you're going to put them on that mat, like we said. Starfighters, a lot of these different things. So we got some Phantoms, Skyhawks, a lot of different things. F-15s, Mirage, a lot of different things. So then we got some of these propeller planes from Korea. So this is 1944 is when they enter play. These got the yaks. These are probably going to be used for 1 or 2 missions at most in that campaign before Jets really took over. So a ton of planes to choose from, as you can see. And that's just one stack. It looks like we have a whole other stack here. And again, that's something that the Down in Flames series does really well. Because the games are so quick and dirty, you need lots of replayability in it. And so having lots of different planes and combos to mess around with, that's what gets it really fun. So here we've got American F-14 Tomcats, more F-15s, Raptors. They got really modern 2007 Raptors for that most recent campaign that they had in there. Just really fun stuff. And, you know, these can be played entirely outside of that campaign. You just pick a couple planes and you fly against each other. And that's something that's really, really fun because it's really easy to set them up. F-16s. Always wanted to be an F-16 pilot when I grew up, but my eyes betrayed me. More Phantoms. A ton of stuff to play around with. Again, here's the Corsairs that you'll fight those yaks with in Korea. A ton of stuff here. Ton of stuff to play around with. So you got 2 huge stacks of planes, and typically, I don't know if it's the same in this one, but you play with a single aircraft. And then sometimes you have like a semi-active wingman as well. And the rest of these are going to be various different cards that you play with. And these are kind of your action cards. Because you have your plane on the little mat and he's got his, you know, that's just kind of what he's doing. Oh, I can't get these open. And then you play the action cards and it dictates what you do. So you'll kind of play a card and that's a maneuver. And then your opponent has the option to try and react to that by playing a card. And they'll also play a maneuver. So if you look to here, you got this Ace Pilot card. And you would play it and it says here, you can play it in reaction to any card played against your aircraft. So what happens is I might play a yo-yo, which is a specific move that I'm going to do, range 1, positioning 1, and he might play this Ace Pilot to kind of counter that card so I can't gain an advantage on him to get a better shot with my missiles, for example. Barrel rolls, vertical rolls. What do we have? Oh, we have some more planes. Great. So we have Argentinian Skyhawks, which are going to be part of the Falklands, more Mirages, some Panthers, more Skies. So more planes in there. You can never have too many planes. That's exciting. So we've got more planes. And then here, this last deck is probably more action cards. And this one, this one was not... That one's a little bit more difficult to get open. More action cards here as well. Again, you'll have a hand of cards, and it's a hand management game. Can you play enough cards to gain the advantage to get off a shot without blowing your whole hand so you can't defend? So that's it. That's what's in Down in Flames, and this is Locked On Jet Fighters. So I'm really excited to play a different style of Down in Flames game. We'll get this one to the table very quickly and easily, as I'm sure you will as well. So watch out for a review coming soon. And I've been Alexander from theplayers8.com.